you've been paying close attention, not just to your body, but to your environment as well. You getting to recognize a lot of patterns. From my side, I've been realizing that regardless of whatever it is that mankind goes through, righteousness and good will always triumph. We got to see that after the solar eclipse, a whole lot has been happening. And hopefully, we are conscious enough to be paying attention to these patterns. Y'all got to see how Kendrick Lamar went against Drake, and that was pretty nasty. But we got to see that Kendrick represents Yeshua, right? And we also got to see that Drake represents the six. And we can see Kendrick Lamar triumphed over that as he is in conjunction with the Elohim. Because we know that good will never be conquered on this planet, regardless of whatever it is that we feel like we are going through as a collective body of consciousness. It might seem like it is the darkest night, but you have to believe. I'm sure y'all already know, y'all on the Chosen's path, y'all already know it doesn't matter how dark it gets. At some given point, the sun will definitely poke out, you know. And then we also got to see the presidential elections unfold out of the United States. We see how Donald Trump, in representation of Yeshua, going against the blue cats, right? And we know how the blue cats move. I don't have to go into too much detail, but we can see how Donald Trump, being in conjunction with Yeshua, openly declaring, that Yeshua is king. We get to see that energy trickle down all the way even into him winning the presidential elections. So we can see that truly the sun is rising first within us individually. On this ground level, the sun has to rise within us. Those who are living in the mode of ignorance are eventually going to have to accept that the light is good. They don't have a choice. That is exactly the energy that is surging upon this planet. Eventually, all those who are dabbling in operating in certain modes that are holding us back from truly evolving as spiritual beings, we are getting to realize that that energy is actually being stamped. There is a force that is opposing it so strong, initiating us into this Christ knowing, this Christ consciousness, where we must accept that the Christ is in us. If we are to really manifest the fullness, we talk about being chosen on that path, we cannot see God everywhere, but then we don't get to recognize it within ourselves and consciously step into this divinity, because we are seeing it very, very clearly. My dear brothers and sisters, it doesn't matter whatever it is that you feel like you're battling. As long as your mind is focused on God, you will transcend it. We also have to know the different layers that are to us as these physical beings. That way we are not so much caught up in the frustration that comes about from having to go through the fluctuation of emotions. We have to be able to rise above that, regardless of whatever they throw at us, whatever that they're trying to do to keep us in this dual minds state. They're trying to keep us in this mindset that will not get us to see that we can transcend duality. That's really the point I'm trying to make. And we have to be conscious of the fact that we can transcend duality without necessarily giving ourselves over into one side, but operating now from a state of knowledge and knowing and choosing that which is always better, not just for self, but for the collective. We are now stepping into knowing ourselves as consciousness, first individually, and then of course it is echoing now within our given communities, and of course even into our countries, right? We also know that we are dealing with forces that are projecting images, archetypes, information that is meant to keep us under certain thought modalities that are not really going to get us to be in direct alignment with that which we truly are, to be collectively advancing. We can advance without having to deprive others. We can advance without feeling the need to keep others in the dark, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. My dear brothers and sisters, I just wanted to connect with y'all. I know I was gone for a little bit. There's a whole lot that I've been working on behind the scenes right now, and actually, I'm in East Africa. Really, really loving this place, as y'all can see. I had to initiate a whole setup that way we can really get to dialogue, really, really get to connect. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Thank all of y'all for subscribing, and thank all of those who are returning visitors. Actually, if you were a newbie, welcome to the channel, The ChosensPath. I am your spiritual friend in need, aka the common denominator. Feel free to check out the website. If you want to chop it up, you could definitely book. I'm always available. Whatever the case may be, I'm sending y'all love, peace, and may we continue to transcend all of those lower energies, because in truth and in spirit, we already know the resurrection is happening within us as we are rising out of the pits of ignorance into pure knowledge. Until next time, y'all be blessed.